Good morning, Vicky.
Morning.
Lovely to see you today. How are you?
I'm really good, thanks. And you, apart from the weather?
I know. Where's the summer gone already?
Oh,
Well, welcome to the mothership this morning. We're going to have our second interview today. So I'm going to introduce us to everybody because this is the first of many. So for those that you don't know me, my name is Michelle Louise from Angelic Healing. I specialise in women's well-being, turning negative thought patterns into positive behaviours by teaching you how to think and heal yourself happy. Now, I also, over the past, 15 months, have been supporting our captain, and more recently Nick too, with the In Conversation with the Crew interviews. And our captain has decided, and I think it's a great idea, that now we are so far on that we're going to revisit. So 12 months on interviews, starting with the lovely Vicky, which is perfect because Vicky, I think yours was one of the very first interviews. April 2020, right at the beginning of the lockdown. And Vicky was also one of the first members of Network She, and if I get this right, joined on the 6th of September 2007. Yeah,
right.
So you've been a Network She member right from the start. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, swallowed a fly, excuse me. So we're going to see just how your predictions back in April 2020 have panned out for you in the last 15 months. So while I swallow this fly, do you want to introduce yourself? For those of you who might not know you.
Morning, everybody. I'm sure most of you know me. I'm Vicky Cutler, and I help people save money on their boring bills. That's become my strap line over the last 18 months. And I think that's what most people know me as, Vicky from UW. So yeah, that's me.
So Vicky, so this is all about the last 15 months. So when you were first interviewed by Ruth, you will have been talking about what you do, where you're from, and your background. So what has changed, or what did your business look like pre-COVID? Do you want to just give us a quick overview of before COVID? What did Vicky's day look like?
Yeah, so most of you know me as Vicky from Utility Warehouse, but what a lot of you don't know, unless you listen to that previous interview, of course, is that I'm actually a holistic therapist. And for the last 26 years, well, in fact, 27 now, I've run a holistic therapy business. I'm a reflexologist, aromatherapist, and masseuse. So I have been running that business alongside my UW business, but it's meant that over time, I've been able to reduce the amount of time I do with my holistic business. So pre-COVID, my day was very much varied. I would do some reflexology appointments or massage appointments, and I go to people's houses. So I'm out and about doing that. And then I would be doing my UW business. So I would either be maybe at a networking meeting or out going to customers' houses or potential customers' houses or meeting up with partners, new partners. So I was very much out. I was hardly ever at home. And then bang, it all comes to an end. And I'm home the whole time.
Well, that leads me nicely on, because I was about to say, what did COVID stop for your business? And so you've just answered that question, because obviously you were out and about, if not in people's houses, out and about networking. So how did you find that right at the very beginning, just to go bang?
So in the very beginning, when I look back now, I think I've kind of went into a bit of a shock mode, really. And it's almost panic, almost shock. It meant that I couldn't go out and do any holistic therapy appointments because I couldn't go to people's houses. So that was finished, and I didn't really know what was going to happen with that. And UW very quickly brought out a remote system for us, which meant that we could carry on doing our appointments from home. But having been out and about, always very much face to face, technology was not a strong point. So I had to learn all these new things. I had to learn about Zoom and WhatsApp calling and all sorts of things. So I think for the first few weeks, I just threw myself onto every Zoom going. I wasn't being productive in any way. I really was on a hamster wheel of Zooms. And I think, and I was in a real panic mode because I wasn't really sure what I was doing, where I was going, what I was going to do. And it wasn't just me, all team members, friends in the business, we were all in that same situation. And I think because we had no clear guidance as to how long this was going to last for, we just kept going round and round on this Zoom hamster wheel, really.
Yeah, I remember actually speaking to you one day. We were trying to fit in a Zoom, and you had about 5 before me and about 6 after me, and I was like, whoa, how are you fitting all of this in each day? So you just described that perfectly well, the hamster wheel. And we all got that, you know, that little emoji with the black eyes, like I'm totally zoomed out. And remember, just listening back to your original video with Ruth, if anybody wants to hear that, it's in topics under conversations with the crew. And as I say, your interview was in April, so it's right at the very beginning. And you were talking so clearly in that interview about how we need to grip this change and start to move with the times and adapt. And right at the very beginning, you just was like, right, this is what we need to do. And you said, I think to quote you, you said, we didn't know whether it's going to be another 2 weeks, another 3 weeks, or another 3 months. And that was April. And here we are now, 15 months later, and we're still not completely out, are we? No. So talking about that adapting, Vicky, your business has changed so much, and you've added so many more strings to your bow. As you're not known for necessarily, Vicky, the holistic that also was alongside your utility warehouse. Tell us a bit about your challenges and your top tips as well. How did that come along?
Yeah, well, I think it's really, really strange listening back to that interview today. It's the first time I've listened to it since last year. And I was quite shocked with like how positive I was about the changes and how great everything was going to be. And I think I kind of in my head, I painted this rosy picture of how great, you know, good it was going to be and the change is going to be brilliant. But then the actually implementing them, and then after a while, I got really lonely just being at home all the time, and I couldn't cope with just being at home all the time. I think that's why I started going on all the Zoom calls, 24/7 virtually. And then I wasn't very well, and I think that everything together just kind of impacted, and I could feel myself going down and down and down. And I was struggling with, well, not struggling, but I think so many people in my team were in a similar situation, and we got to a point where we couldn't really support each other. It was really, really hard.
Yeah.
But then, fortunately, through Network She, Ruth invited me to become part of the Bodicea boardroom, which I have to say was amazing. It was my saving grace. It really was, where I met a lovely bunch of ladies. We all were there to help and support each other. Ruth, set us tasks, and we had to talk about what we were going to do, how we could make changes to improve things. And through that, somebody suggested, I think it was probably Ruth, she said, right, I know what you need to do. You need to start doing top tips. You need to get yourself out there on the internet.
We blame Ruth.
you need to be more visible on Facebook, because that was the other thing. I felt that I'd suddenly become invisible. Having been out and about all the time, suddenly I was just stuck at home. We were allowed out once a day. Yeah. My partner was out at work all day. So I was literally stuck here, and I just didn't cope with it very well. So she said, right, you've got to be more visible. That's it. Get going with these top tips, and you can have a slot on the mothership once a week. And it's like, oh my God, what do I do? And so Vicky's top tips were born, which is my avatar here. So a lot of people have kind of started to know me for my top tips. So we started to do a weekly top tips, and it was anything to do with, it started off really with to do with my business. So it was energy saving, money saving, all sorts of different things. And then I kind of it got to a point, it's like, oh, what can I do this week? So I sort of diverse into 20 different uses of duct tape, or baking soda, or baking powder, top tips on exercise and things. And And then from there, I set up a Facebook group, which was Vicky's Top Tips. So my videos would then go onto there as well. And I found that it was good, and people were engaging, and it was almost like, I suppose it's a bit of an escapism thing for a lot of people. And then I kind of kept thinking, oh, I can't keep thinking of new top tips all the time. I need to think of something else. So I started bringing in Throwback Thursdays and Fun Fact Fridays, and they have been amazing. This week, I'm still doing it now, and this week it's been about cross-stitching when we were in school, and I'm sure most people remember that, and the memories that have come back for people, and people really enjoyed all these. But at Christmas, I decided, I want to do something else. Going back before that, through through sort of like getting to know Ruth better, we decided that we were, and in fact, actually, there was Jess, who was in our group as well, was putting on a virtual 5K. So I said to Ruth, right, come on, we should do this, because I also felt I wasn't achieving anything. This would be a really good goal for us. Let's train, and we'll do this 5K. So I did the Couch to 5K app, which was brilliant. And
I remember that,
yeah. And then Ruth and I, we used to meet on a Tuesday and a Thursday morning, and we still do this now. And we used to run until we were up to the 5K, and we did this run, and it was absolutely amazing to run 5K from never running at all. So that gave me a real adrenaline buzz, and I got a really nice medal for it. And then I realized that actually I need challenges like that. I need something where there's a medal at the end of it, something like that. So I then thought, right, well, if I like that, then surely other people like it as well. So through my Top Tips group, I started doing a monthly challenge, and it's only a little exercise challenge. It's just fun. It's just something different. And the number of people that engage with that now, it's great. So now every Sunday morning I go down to the beach or wherever, and I do a little video of me doing this challenge. I'm sure I look absolutely ridiculous. In the beginning, I found it really hard to actually talk on the video. And I mean, poor Therese, she'd stand there, and it would be 10, 15 different takes on it. And now I can go.
Gale force winds and rain.
Worried when I made a mistake or things like that, but now I don't care. I just do it, and it's fun, and people interact, and people love them, and I get people thanking me and saying, thanks for keeping us engaged. We love doing your challenges, and it's great to be part of a group where we're having a bit of fun. And I think, and that makes me feel really good. It's great.
It has. It's been so uplifting to follow you, Vicky. You've been a big part of everybody's journey through the lockdown, and then the mothership as well, obviously. But don't stop doing those top tips and those challenges, because we wouldn't know what to do with ourselves. Look forward to what we've got.
As well.
Well, look how far you've come, as you say, because you wouldn't have gone on video.
No, never.
No, and now you've got your YouTube channel as well.
If you told me that 12 months ago, I would have said, don't be daft. I wouldn't, I'll never do anything like that. I hated being before a camera,
well done. So inspiring to listen to, and just sat here with a big grin on my face, just recalling as you're talking about it, the journey itself. Fantastic. So really, in a way, you found a real positive, and you've had some self-development from the lockdown. It's not all been a negative thing, has it?
No, not at all. It was just making changes and finding the things that I mean, you're all about being happy and making yourself happy and everything, and being at home all day, I wasn't happy at all, so I had to find
I struggled. When you sell happiness for a living, it's very difficult to just keep doing that during the lockdown.
So I just, and these things, they just kind of happened. I would never have planned to have been running a 5K or anything like that. I mean, I started playing tennis, and I love going and playing tennis now. I'll do anything when I'm outside, to be honest. I don't want to be outside all the time. If the sun was shining now, we could be outside doing this. I'd be there.
I'd have to be under my parasol. Oh, fantastic. Brilliant. Thanks for sharing that with us, Vicky. So you think people have become more aware of their skills that they've had to adapt to pull on their strengths rather than just be focused on any what's gone, what's missing, what we can't do. I think it's changed for people going forward. We'll all pull together a bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've certainly noticed it. I mean, I'm part of the team with my business, and it's really shocked me that the support I've had from some people has been incredible, and the things we're doing together now, things have definitely changed, and it's that those bonds are much stronger, and and I think we're a lot more understanding and compassionate about people's situations. We think before we say something, or before we maybe judge somebody on something. I think because we've all gone through so many different things, that we are thinking about what people are maybe going through, or what's happened, during that time. So hopefully we will continue with that as well.
Well, hope so. For me, the big thing is there's been more of a focus on well-being. And previously to COVID, it was more of something of a treat, or something you only looked at when it was too late, when you were already poorly and you needed to recover. Whereas actually it's so important to look at you and look after your well-being every day, and you deserve it. You can't pour from that empty cup, can you? And
not at all.
Put the focus on mental health, but it's mental health and well-being, not just an awareness in a day. It's every day. So I believe going forward, people will reach out and start asking for help more so than they may have done before. But the sad thing is, there were a lot of people that experienced COVID, the actual virus, and lost people and couldn't attend their funerals. And I think going forward, we need to be there to support people. It's going to take time for them to heal and recover from those experiences. So it's definitely something that will be in history that we won't be forgetting. We'll be talking about for a long time to come. Absolutely. But well done for everything that you've achieved as an individual, as a personal achievements, as well as for your business. So what does going forward look like for Vicky and Utility Warehouse and her top tips and her challenges? How do you see the future? You predicted very well last April, last April. So let's see what you've got to predict going forward in the next 6 months.
So I think the next 6 months are going to be, I think lots of people are making a lot of changes in their lives now, for whatever reason, because of they're reassessing where they are now. There's people that have been on furlough. Furlough is going to come to an end. Self-employed people, maybe their business has changed, or maybe it's not recovered properly. So I think for businesses like mine, there's going to be a lot more interest, a lot more people wanting to do something like this. I mean, I got into Utility Warehouse because as a self-employed person, I had to work a lot of hours just to keep my head above water, and I wanted more out of life than that. So that was why I joined. I needed an additional income stream, and I think now people are realizing you cannot rely just on one income stream. You've got to have income streams, and the power of residual income is amazing. It can do wonderful things, because while I couldn't work with my holistic business, I still had a really good income coming in every month because I've been building it up over the years. And I just think our kind of industry now is the perfect time. We're there to help people. People can earn money straight away. And all we're doing, we're just helping people. We're not, we're not selling anybody anything, making people buy something that they don't really want. We're just showing them a different way of buying their utilities, which really are not exciting, but we can't do without them.
No.
And last night demonstrated that to me. For anybody who's based in around Colwyn Bay, Llandudno, Bangor area, our internet and phone lines went down. And I think as soon as it happened, I had so many messages. My internet's not working, like it's my fault.
Well, help,
And I go into panic, going, oh God, what's wrong? And then I was getting so many, I thought, no, there's something not right here. And then I wasn't really sure what it was. And then I went to somebody's house last night, and where I went, there was no mobile signal, and I started panicking a bit, thinking, oh my God, all these people are going to be messaging me. And when I left there, my phone was just ping, ping,
Ping, ping, ping, yeah.
Everybody's saying, my internet's not working, the phone line's not working, what can I do? What can I do? And it was like, because people are so reliant on it now. And I in the end, I was sending people messages, go for a walk, play a game, read a book, you know.
Do something different. Yeah.
There was a fire in the exchange, and it
So.
was a problem. So I mean, you know, fair play to BT and Openreach. They must have worked to get this sorted out, because this morning everything was back on again. And
I was amazed it was back on this morning when you messaged. I thought, we're going to have to, this is like another form of lockdown without entertainment. I thought, surely the fire is going to cause so much damage. We're not going to be back up and running for a few days. So I agree, fair play. But Vicky, you're not just helping people. With what you do, you're saving people money. And while there's so many people coming off furlough, lost their jobs or being self-employed and struggling because nobody's got any disposable income anymore, well, not as much, then what better way than to help and support with their bills? Because you do save. I mean, you know, I've referred so many people since you helped me, in always telling people about it, and everybody's always really grateful. So it's a community in itself there as well, isn't it? You know, being able to do help and support with us. So God, thank you for that. Thank you for being there last night when we were all in crisis.
Thank you very much to me. But I mean, also, you know, for people, I've just had somebody just recently join the team, and it's somebody that I've known for 17 years and has always known what I've done, but never been interested. But now, because of everything that's happened, her business has completely changed. And as soon as I showed her my presentation, she said, I'm doing that. I want to do it. And it was like, it's just that timing, people seeing differently. And I think there's going to be a lot of that now. People looking for different things, looking to make changes. So
right. Well, we're lucky to have you, and thank you for that. Brilliant. So I've got to ask a question that that people won't understand unless they go back and watch that video. Did you get to the end of the recipe book, and did you find something to do with the aubergine?
I really cannot remember what I did with the aubergine. Funny enough, when I heard that video this morning, I thought, you know, I've not seen that recipe book for a long time, and I've just been looking for it because it had some really good recipes in it. And I've just been looking for it and I can't find it. So that's my job after this. It
could be in your challenge or your Throwback Thursdays, what to do with an aubergine. Look out for that. Fantastic. And the other thing you were dead set on when you were coming out, the first thing that you were going to do was have that holiday.
Oh, I know.
So is that still on the cards? Did you actually manage to get anywhere in between the lockdown?
So I was actually quite lucky. For last September, we had planned a trip to do the North Coast 500, which is the 500 miles around the North Coast of Scotland. We'd, through UW, we had a car incentive, which was a very nice BMW i8 for a month.
Fabulous.
And we'd planned this trip, so we had everywhere booked. We weren't sure, really, until about a week before whether we'd actually be able to go, because we'd been in lockdown. And then there was talks that was coming out of lockdown, and but we had to go. We also had to go to London to pick up the car. And at that time, England had one set of rules, Wales had another, and Scotland had another.
Oh, so wow!
We weren't sure. So about a week before, we knew it was going to happen. So we actually went, and we had a fabulous time. We drove around. And we were away for about 2 weeks. And that was great, and that was a real taste of freedom. It was very strange at the time, because sort of like you were still wearing masks everywhere, and you had to book everywhere. So we had that, which was great. And then I've also just had a big birthday.
Congratulations, happy birthday! You finished having all your parties now, Vicky.
Well, I mean, the good thing is, because of the restrictions, well, it's not a good thing, but because of the restrictions, we can only see 6 people at a time. So I've almost had a month of different things going on. But we did go to Llangollen for 3 nights, which was great, and then met up with friends there. And I actually felt like I'd had a holiday.
Right.
Because you were away from home, you know, and everything. And I think now, I mean, again, looking back at that video, I couldn't wait to go off to the sunshine, lie on a sunbed. I think now the idea of going on a plane or an airport is a no for me. I don't want to. And there's so many fabulous places in this country. I love it. I love where we live. I'm out every morning walking on the promenade, and just appreciating what we've got. So I think, I mean, maybe next year I might go, on a girls' holiday or something, just to do it. But
throw that out there, Vicky. Throw that out there. There's how many girls listening. I'm sure we'll all want to join you.
Well, that's it. But I think really, I am quite happy with where we are, and it's just nice to be free to go out. And I think, my appreciation for things has changed. And things I want to do. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Let's be grateful for we're still here.
Yeah,
we're still up and running.
We're healthy now.
We're healthy, and we're part of a massive network of support, and we can always call on each other when we need to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fantastic. I've thoroughly enjoyed chatting with you, Vicky. We've been on a journey just in this interview, revisiting the last 15 months. I'm really looking forward to the next 15 months as well. Perhaps we'll just keep doing this on a roll. Anything you want to add? Any tips for anybody coming out of COVID?
I think just look at the things that you enjoy. Find the things that make you happy. I'm happy just going out for a walk first thing in the morning. Appreciate what you've got around you. I mean, I know I'm very lucky. Well, and you as well, Michelle. You live very close to me. We're very lucky with what we've got on our doorstep. I do think about the people that are maybe living in the city or don't have this. So find something good about where you are, and enjoy it. And I think my other top tips would be is find something that challenges you, and set that as a goal. And it could be something completely random, which is obviously what I did, how Top Tips was born, completely random to what I've been doing. But it gives you another focus, and if you're focusing on the one thing the whole time, it becomes a chore. It's not fun anymore. Make things fun. That's my big thing now. I want fun. I want to enjoy myself. I want to go play games on the beach.
Yeah.
Be with people that I want to be. I want to go out for meals and just have fun and sit and chat and whatever. So,
lovely.
Yeah.
Absolutely good. I couldn't agree more. And thank you for welcoming me into this lovely area. We are very blessed, and I do appreciate your support for that. And it is beautiful. We don't need to go anywhere else at all, do we? No. My motto has always been find what makes you happy and do more of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've just summed that up. Absolutely beautiful. So we'll see more of you in the mothership on Vicky's Top Tips and your challenges and your YouTube channel. I look forward to seeing more of you. Thanks, Vicky. Lovely to see you. All right, take care. Bye-bye.